I know that you guys want to learn about music videos, so you came to the right channel. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Malik back with another video. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button. This channel is a creative channel where I go over filmmaking, videography, and some photography. You guys welcome. Today we're going to talk about how to shoot a music video, how to film a music video. I'm going to go over my experience shooting music videos. I have fair experience. I shot in many different levels with music videos. I shot from no budget to low budget, medium budget, and big production. So I'm pretty well experienced, and I want to tell you guys my tips on how to get started when filming a music video, whether you're starting low or you're starting medium. But today's focus is going to be more towards the people that are shooting low budget or to no budget music videos. So before you start shooting your first music video, here's the things you want to have. It's your equipment list, pretty much. You want to make sure you have your camera. You want to make sure you have your lenses. You want to make sure you have your tripod, stabilizer. It could be a gimbal or whatever one you like to use. Audio, such as the shotgun mic. Shotgun mic is pretty key for the music video, so you could be able to hear the artist, saying the lyrics. And lastly, you want to make sure you have a speaker. The reason why I say you want to have a speaker, because 9 times out of 10, your artist is not going to have a speaker. So it's good to have a speaker of your own, so when you go to the set, you'll be able to play the song, have the artist perform the track, and so forth. And then when you get to post, you could be able to match the audio when it's post-production. The 3 lenses you want to make sure you have when shooting a music video: you want to have a wide angle lens, you want to have a medium close-up, and then you want to have a long lens, something that could go 70 to 200 is good. For wide, it could be a 16 to 35 millimeter, and for medium close-up, I say 50 millimeter. These 3 will be perfect lenses to have a good music video. When shooting a music video, there's 2 types of shots that you're going to be shooting. You're going to shoot a performance shot, and you're going to shoot some B-roll. Your performance shot is pretty much when the artist is performing the song, and he or she, they are pretty much going over the lyrics, performing it in the camera. You normally want to do that at least, like, I say 3 takes. I like to do 3 takes per location with performance shots. I like to get a wide performance shot moving around with the stabilizer, a medium close-up shot, most likely handheld, and a long shot where you have detail to the face just to show emotion and so forth. When shooting in performance shots, you always want to make sure your frame rate is 24 frames per second. It is real time. It gives the cinematic look that everybody wants. You know you all want the cinematic look, so stop playing that you don't. So always make sure when shooting the performance shots, make sure you have your frame rate at 24 frames per second. And when you shoot at 24 frames per second, make sure your shutter is at 50. Another thing you also want to make sure when you're doing a performance shot is always have a safety shot. It's always good to make sure you have a safety shot, because just in case you lose one footage or so forth, you want to make sure you have a good take of one of these performances. You're always shooting it 3 times is very good, because it helps out in post. You can play around and be like, okay, I want to go wide because the movement was good right here. Then I want to go close up so I could be able to see, his face, be able to see some emotion and so forth. And then the long, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Another shot you also going to have is B-roll. So B-roll is pretty much the shots that you see in the middle of music videos, where it's sometimes, as far as freestyle, you more likely will see the artist doing something, or you see an establishing shot of a location. The B-roll pretty much help you get the music video to flow better, because not everybody wants to see a performance shot all the time. I know I don't. I don't want to see a performance shot all the time. I want to be able to see some B-roll, take a break from the artist's face, you know, focus on, you know, what's going on in the location and so forth. And when shooting B-roll, you always want to make sure you're shooting B-roll at 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second, because you'll be able to slow it down in post-production, and that's where you get the smooth slow-mo look. The biggest mistakes that I always see for beginner videographers when it comes to shooting music videos is that they shoot at one frame rate throughout the whole video. 9 times out of 10, I always see a videographer shooting in 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second. Nothing wrong with that at all. You know, some people have their own different styles, but say if I'm shooting a music video and I want to have someone else edit the music video, you want to make sure the editor has a smooth time to be able to go over the video smooth, being able to match the audio in post-production. When shooting in a frame rate past 60 frames per second, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be hard to pretty much match the performance shots that's shot in 120 frames per second or so forth with the actual track. It's not going to match at all, especially when shooting raw footage. It's going to be super slow, and then you have to match it. You got to change the speed and do a lot of different things. Trust me, I've been there before. It was a nightmare. I'm telling you now, just to save time, always make sure you go back and check and see what your frame rates are. So now we got the types of movements. So the first movement I like to do is handheld movement. Handheld movement is pretty good because you can be able to move around the camera a little bit, and you know, you could make some little movements that look good on the camera. I mean, that looks good in the shot, and it helps out with the music video. It flows better, but you know, sometimes handheld, it doesn't work all the time. I would say the best time I like to use handheld shots is when I'm normally shooting a rapper. If I'm shooting a rapper, you know, it's fun to do some handheld shots because they're moving them around, they're jumping, and they turned up and so forth. So it's always hype to be able to get that shots in a handheld movement. Another movement I like to use is the gimbal movements. The gimbal movements is very dope, especially shooting wide shots, for wide performance shots, because you know, you can have the artist move around and you get to move with them with the gimbal, and it just makes everything flow perfect. The shots just it's just another cheap way to pretty much be doing the same movements that a Steadicam operator does. And that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I helped you all with getting your music videos going, learning how to film the music videos the right way, so that way you could produce nice top work. I've seen a lot of music videos that were good, that had no type of budget, no concept and so forth. The shots looked good, the B-roll shots was amazing, the performance shots was good. So don't ever feel discouraged because your stuff is not looking like how the biggest videographers that does music videos look. You know, because you gotta start somewhere and you have to practice shooting, because this is the number one thing. You know, it's not always about the gear. Most of the time, you know, it's about your eye. What do you see when you look in the camera? What type of angles are you looking for? What type of angles do you see? What type of shots that you feel that you could get that be like, okay, wow, yeah, this looked really good. So always, you know, go out there, practice. When you do your first music video, just do it free. Do your first couple music videos for free, just to get some practice in. And you know, when you feel that you're comfortable enough to start charging people for music videos, go for it at the end of the day. So thank you guys for watching. Feel free to hit the subscribe button for more future content. Comment down below if you want to see more how-to videos on how to film music videos, or more in-depth detail on shooting any other type of videos. Feel free to write down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Malik Baker, and and I'll see you guys at the next video.